Welcome back, guys, to another session of Build Break and Fix brought to you by the Raw Coders exclusively today. How we doing all? Really good, I guess. So sorry about for the last 2 days. I haven't been able to come on, and yeah, just some work priorities and really um, long hours. But now I am back and ready for some action. All right, cool. So let's get the party started by acknowledging our the owners of the land and the uh, elders of the past, present, and future. All right, so here goes. I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and future. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. All right, guys, that was very smooth. So hope you're already liking the background music as well, and you might be observing that it's just me today. But the Super Rura, which is the Tory, he will be coming and joining us. He was just getting ready with his laptop, firing it up, and all that technical bits to get started. So while he comes on to uh, the stream. So I'll just take you through as in what we have been on the project, what we have been doing, etc. etc. So the project is actually a web-based Kanban app, and it's actually an open source project, but we're actually adding persistent storage to it. And if you don't know what persistent storage is, it's basically permanent storage, which is kind of databases, yeah, that kind of storage. All right. And the whole purpose of that is to basically, when the user enters data, at the moment, it's not really being stored in persistently in the existing open source project, which is, by the way, called Scrumler. And we're just making sure that if the user stores data and they want to go back to the data maybe after say a few months, few years, few days, few weeks, they can easily get to it. And we're also adding some a really mini function additional functionality. So basically adding authentication and
Woo!
he is here, the
How's it
Superuro.
going?
Very good, Tori. How you doing?
Good, man. I just got back from vacation earlier today,
Hawaii?
so
How was it?
it was nice. I love that place. I love that place that we went. It's great,
Yeah,
beautiful
you
view.
should have just stayed there, man.
I totally would stay there, honestly.
Yeah, just imagine you have kind of a passive income and you're like sitting on the beach having a beer and just coding along. How would that feel?
That's great. I mean, the beach is very tiny near that place, but
All right.
it's like, other parts of Bali, it's kind of hard to swim, but in that place you can actually swim because the waves are pretty calm and it's not so much coral.
Ah,
So
okay, okay.
yeah,
That's pretty good though.
yeah, and then there's just amazing view from the hotel. So
Wow,
nice.
wow. Yeah. One day I'll go
Yeah,
there.
you
One
should
day. I'm definitely
totally.
sure.
I think they're I think the plan is to um have the visa on arrivals reinstated sometime in the next few
Okay.
weeks or something, because
Right.
they haven't had them for two years, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. That would make sense, especially if the country can do. Excuse me.
That's how
And
I feel, dude. I'm tired. I'm tired.
yeah, true. I know that feeling now. Yeah, I think that it would be good, especially if if whoever the country is, as in not whoever, wherever the country is, if they need kind of increase the funding, as in the incoming, I think having tourists there would really boost for them.
Yeah, totally.
Mm. Cool. So I've already done the acknowledgement of the country, and it's really good to have you back, which is
Thanks. Good to see
fantastic.
you too. Thanks for having me. I hope you
Uh,
feel better, Dinesh. Feel better, man.
yeah, yeah, we miss you, man. But health always comes first. So take rest as much as you can, and feel free to come back whenever you feel better. All right, cool. So I guess where we are in the project at the moment is we are basically implemented the passcode functionality, and I think today would be just bits and bats to make the UI, as in the boards page, look a bit more presentable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. The boards page, huh?
Yeah, the boards page, and I think this time is my turn to share screen, so I'll get some
Sounds
hands
good.
on in front end.
Some CSS.
What was that? Some
Some CSS.
CSS.
I'm
Oh,
terrible at it.
yeah.
Terrible.
Anyway, let's get the party rolling.
It's like the most elusive language.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Would you like to? Oh, it's asking for my Omazish to be updated. Yay! I've just updated it.
So,
Go on. Go
what did you
on. Mhm.
what did you guys do earlier in the week? I think I missed maybe a stream or two, or did you not have it?
So there were no streams for the last 2 days because of my long hours. Yeah.
Okay,
As, as in, even if I did it, my brain would not be there at all, and I would just waste time.
it's understandable.
Yeah. So that is the thing. But now we're back on track. Connects WebSocket. Actually, um, I'll just share my screen in a bit. Just go, trying to go to the right branch. Check out passcode -UI. Interesting. It's not even there. Get branch passcode connect WebSocket dev and setness. Wasn't passcode in the front end, isn't it?
Sorry.
I'm just talking as in thinking out loud.
What was the question? Passcode?
Yeah, passcode -UI, isn't it?
The branch?
Yes, yes, it
It is
was. It
called.
was. Yeah,
Oh, it is. Okay.
yeah. So I have just actually I'm trying to switch to the branch. Here we go. Switch. Oh, because I've got pending changes in my WebSocket UI, that's why it's not allowing me to open it. Interesting.
You do.
What pending changes have I got? Actually, why am I not sharing my screen now?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was gonna say.
That's bad. Yeah.
You're all good.
There we go. Cool. So it says
Oh, code
pull
police. Yeah.
stuff from. Yeah. There we go.
Code police.
You can't see my code.
I said code police. They're coming.
Oh, code please.
Yeah, shut. Quick, hi.
Quick. Shy, before they come here. Alright, so what did I do change? What did I change in this? Just added a line basically. An empty space. Wow. That's a big change.
Maybe you were trying to test something.
Probably. Alright, so going to switch.
Oh, maybe it was the GitHub Actions thing. Maybe that's what.
Probably or not. Anyway, that is done. So I will just doing on live server and see how we go from here. Actually, git pull. Voila. Live server. Voila. Client home. What? Client. Really?
What do you have in there?
I put client.
You need the dot. You need the dot. Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, sorry. I don't know the problem.
It's alright, no problem.
Never
We'll figure
mind.
it out. We will figure it out. Not to worry, my friend. So I'm trying to access it from there. So if I actually do a cd.client and then live server, then what? Ah, there we go. So I had to come in the client folder. It's great. Okay, cool. I'm just thinking, how can we improve this? So this is there, this is there.
Oh yeah. After this, I forgot that after this show on Tuesday, I updated the UI a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
I
was
remember
thinking about it. Yeah.
I broke it, and so I figured I'd just update it.
That's brilliant. As in, I was actually wondering, hang on, this is not the way I left it. As in, this was appearing basically here. But this is really good work, though. Thanks, Tori.
Sure, yeah. Hopefully it's good enough for now.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. So since this is all right, which is fine, I'm just saying, oh, this is localhost. Is this deployed as well, or not yet?
No, because the GitHub Actions.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Do we have GitHub Actions on here? I don't know if we have GitHub Actions on this branch.
Let's have a look if we do. So
I don't
go
see it in
to
my file, my folder structure. Wait. Oh, but I'm in
home.
client. That's why. So I wouldn't see it anyways. And also, it's the way it's configured right now. It's only gonna push changes to S3 on the main or WebSocket branch. So, like, it's something we can just, if you want to add more branches, you can add more branch, or you can just add any change. But I guess that doesn't make sense if it's like any change.
Okay, so the GitHub actions are kind of on branch level, is it?
Oh yeah, you can set very granular control over when stuff happens and what happens
Mm-hmm.
and um
Uh-huh, okay. Cool. In so because WebSocket is all done, we probably have to merge that, and passcode UI is there as well. Okay, how about if we continue locally for now, and then over the weekend I'll probably do the merge.
sure.
Yeah. Or actually, it might be a better idea if you do the merge because most of it is your code, isn't it?
I have no idea. I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because you mainly worked on WebSockets.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
Fantastic. No, the reason why I said it because it might take if it would
Oh,
take you
GTA.
say basically what half an hour max, it might take me probably at least 3 to 4 hours
Sure,
because
I'm
if they're
happy to do it.
merged.
I hope there's no like big merge conflict or something.
Okay, okay. In that case, how about if we agree on a time and then we can go through it for the merge together.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Or if I can
Cool.
just contact you if there is a merge conflict, that's fine too. You
Yeah.
you wanna
Yeah.
merge WebSocket into main or into dev?
Into dev and main.
Into dev.
So
So into
first is
dev and then dev into main.
yeah. So
Okay.
first is dev. We merge it. We test how everything is working on dev. If it's working fine, then we move from dev to master or main.
Okay. Cool.
All right, cool. So in that case, we can just basically continue on the get board functionality now. So how the get board functionality work is that the user will give a board, a board name. Are you there, Tori?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. So a user will give a board name, and I'm thinking, and I don't know how hard it will be to do in vanilla JavaScript or or
Don't say
Node,
jQuery.
whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, J, whatever. Yeah, you know the drill. Um, that
Don't say
if
that.
the board exists already, then this can turn to get.
Oh, so if it finds a board, it'll get the
Yeah.
board.
Yes. So say for example, Zane testing already exists, then this will appear as get, get.
Okay, but How won't that conflict with the other pop-up that says this board is already created?
Yes, so that would be our additional step as a part of the get board functionality. So when this go button turns into a get, then we would check that if the call was pressed by the get button, then we will be bypassing that pop-up, if that makes sense.
Okay, so they're gonna search for a board with this go button, and then if there's a match, it'll turn into a get button.
Oh no, sorry. So when the user types it, it
Yep.
would kind of be an auto bind, if that makes sense.
What do
So
you mean by that?
so
Auto.
say in Angular and we oh sorry, my bad.
Oh, sorry, I don't know anything about Angular.
Two-way, I think it's either called auto bind or two-way binding. So basically, what happens is that see if these are two components, as in this is a button and that this is this is a text. And if you want to change this to anything else based on what's here, then it would basically be like if Zane is testing and if it's all present in the database, then this go button will change into a get button
As they're typing.
right at the end.
So when they're done typing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
And
how
then
hard would that be?
I've done it a billion times
Oh, okay, cool.
at this
Um,
point.
right, I see.
I
Yeah,
can't say it's the perfect debounce function, but I can write a debounce function pretty easily now.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, have you got any other suggestions how we should go about it?
So if we look at the code,
Yeah.
on still front end, there's the, what is it? Did I rename it? Or what is it named? I think there's a function called create new board.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So inside the function create new board, there's a wait get board names on line 26,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that queries all the board names from the API.
Yeah.
And right now, if there's a match, then it opens the alert. So if you wanted to query the board names while you're typing, we could move this function outside into like a on change, like an event listener.
Instead of doing that, can because I don't really want to touch the database as in that kind of constantly. So what I was basically had in my mind that on, on this page on this page load,
Load all the board
how
names.
we get all the board names in the background
Okay.
and then we compare it.
Sure. So that's even easier then.
Okay.
So we can just move this line 26 out of that function. We can just cut it and then move it into one of the on load functions somewhere down there in this chunk of code. um,
Which one? Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, sure, I can. Um, I'm looking for the code where the place is. I haven't looked at this code in a while, so I'm like forgot.
Ah, okay.
Code
Yeah,
code
that is
amnesia.
true. True.
Um, so where's the load? So we have this like. Can you add my screen?
Oh yeah, I just is sorry. I need to improve
Good.
on this habit.
So we
Okay.
have this add. So when we land on home, then we want to have like some stuff happen then, because I guess right now we don't have anything except we add some event listeners. All right, so that just that just sets up some event listeners. So I can make another function. Unless you want to type, man. I don't want to take all the coding, all the fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll do
You want to
that.
code? Cool.
Yeah. I'll do that. Because
So
it has been a while that I've touched front end as in of this project. So I really want to get into that as well.
um,
All right.
the pattern I used for the last one, like on line 671, is like I made a function called load board page. And so we could just make, what I was thinking is just make another function called load homepage and just put whatever stuff you want to happen when you load the homepage. And then we'll just attach it to this like this function production environment and local dev environment in the right places, and that way everything that you want to happen will just happen when it hits that route, and then it'll add the event listeners and go fetch the boards, and then that's pretty much it. Pretty simple.
Okay, so we're adding it online as in beginning with 79. Get board
You can
names.
make a new function. I would make,
Okay.
so if it was, I would make a new function called load load homepage.
Okay, let's do the right at the bottom. Unload.
Yeah, we can always move it.
Yeah. Okay, async. Oh, it's been a while.
Feels good though, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
On homepage load. No, no. Okay, so how are we gonna do this?
All you need to do is just from the create boards function on like line. Hold on, sorry. There's a frog.
Create
Are you done?
new board.
Are you done?
My
My goodness.
He understands you. Look at that. He's quiet now.
No, he was rude. He ignored me. He's like, I don't care.
Oh.
So all you got to do is cut
Yeah.
line 26. Honestly, that's all you need to do is cut line 26 and just throw that down in the function you just made. And
So
now
we're
you're
getting
just
board names.
yeah. So now you'll have all the board names on page load, and it's stored in that board names variable, which is a global
load.
variable. So it's available in the global scope, and I think it should work That's like you can test that the alert still pops up if you enter a board with the same name. I think where you want to add that
No.
is you want to add that on line like 708 and line 678. I don't know why I have them duplicated, but I do. One's for local, one's for production. Probably don't need that.
So, 708.
Yeah, wherever it says home.html, right?
Yeah. And wait, homepage load. Oh, wow. This is all brand new code to me, to be honest.
This just does routing for the front end in a probably not a great way, but it does the job.
Oh, I did one bad thing.
What's that?
I didn't create a branch of this functionality.
Oh, well, you can still do it now.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do it. But in order to do that, I need to undo all the changes first.
No, you can just check out, can't you?
Really?
Yeah, you can just check out.
Branch. Get board functionality. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just brings any changes with you. I know. I've done that so many times, and then I'm like, thank goodness that works.
Yeah, true. Okay, that one is there. We needed that one. And we need an HTML prod environment. Yeah, cool. And that one home.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably don't even need those different ones, but
I guess it's a good practice though, to be honest. Okay.
I just hate duplicated code. I hate it.
You're not the only one, trust me. Can't stand that. Okay, cool. So if that would work, that means that on page load, we would have all the board names.
Yeah, in that variable, yeah.
Yeah. So let's check that. Don't try this with me again. Really. Pending changes.
404.
Live server. I did type it right. Client on the actually or hard refresh it or not. No. It doesn't want to do it. Save all the changes. Save. Where can I save all? Actually, I don't even need all these. I hate additional opener files. This keeps it really messy. Why? Just why? HTML. Come on, dude. Why are you doing this to me? Inspect. Why do I want to actually? Yeah, I want to home to HTML. It says it wasn't found. Why is this not found? Is that even there? I'm in client home to HTML. This is there. Client home to HTML. Ah, Am I doing something wrong in this? Why is it not showing up?
Do you not need the client part? Do you
Pretty
not need
sure I
client?
do, because the HTML is there.
I don't know.
Okay, let me go that one
Okay,
and
that's your folder.
lines. Yeah, that's the
What's that?
folder. Just come on.
Oh, huh.
Wow, really? Really? Okay, so that should come. Why am I checking if I haven't even console.log there? I'm missing away zone, then I'm
You
missing
don't actually.
this.
You don't have to. I'll show you a way. You don't even have to.
Okay, cool.
What was the error? There was an error.
It's syntax error that arrays are only valid in async
Oh,
functions and on top level of. I'm a numbnut. This is why I need to code in the front end more, to be honest.
what happened?
It's saying that
That's
await is
that's
only
right.
valid in async function.
Oh, the await
That's
there.
why. That's why. Yeah.
I don't. You don't actually need to wait for it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I was just being stupid.
But you can change it to async if you want. If you want to await there, that's fine. It won't hurt
I know.
anything.
Yeah. But I'll rather do small changes than more changes.
True.
Alright, let's check out this beast. Come on, dude. Don't play around with me.
What about just hitting the back button? Huh, that's weird. I don't know why it does that.
Hitting the back button. Client. Yes. Why Okay, so I am I need to go into client and then live server. Voila.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, cool. So we need to check.
If all the board names. So there's a just type in the dev tools board names because it's a global variable, so it should be available there.
I
And
didn't
then
know this
and
technique.
it looks like it loaded all the board names.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Okay, so it's loading all the board names. Now basically we need to take this output from the text and compare it with any of the ones that are in the array.
So right now, before you move on to that,
Yeah.
if you type in test board all lowercase, do you get the pop up still? Hopefully that's not broken. It shouldn't be.
Excellent.
Oh.
I like
Forgot
it.
about that.
I wasn't hoping this would stop me.
Well,
Actually,
it won't stop you.
board names.
What happened?
Oh, it's just giving me this.
So you
No,
didn't get a
don't.
pop up. Cannot read properties of undefined reading
For each undefined, a get valid password.
That's probably something I did. Probably broke something.
Uh,
Did
line
you
5
did you
7.
fetch all the? You did fetch the changes.
I
Huh.
did. I did. Yeah.
I
So
must
here we
I must
go.
have been bad person. Push some broken code.
No. So for each Pause again. Cannot be properties of undefined for each. Get valid pause. Okay, so it's coming from here. Then it's form for each. Where's the form?
Oh, my bad. I think I didn't. On line 581, it's supposed to return passcode and it doesn't. It's supposed to return it back from that function.
Ah, right. I see.
I think it's the next line.
If
The one below it on 581.
true.
Yeah. I think that's the problem. But maybe not. Find out.
So try.
That's weird. I thought I tested it before I pushed it up.
For each.
For each? Still an error? I must have...
Cannot properties of undefined reading for each. Get valid password.
Wait,
I think
what?
it's
Oh,
saying
wow.
on this
I did it.
one.
So in get valid password, you're supposed to pass in the form data
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
in 584. Wow, I totally spaced. That was the night when I was doing like really weird stuff, so it makes sense.
Yeah, true. Don't. I mean, I do these kind of mistakes still, and I'm like, that's alright. It can be fixed. No big deal. So,
So in
which
there, if you just pass in the form data, it should work.
form data?
Probably should rename those variables, but yeah, that should work. Hopefully.
So, what's it doing? Is getting the form. Okay, the name, and submitting it, and then preventing the default, and then it's setting the event target form data. Okay, yeah, and it's passing the event from the form, and then what's it doing is get valid password.
Yeah, it's looping over each input in the form data and getting the password from each input field. And then it's just returning the password. I kind of like refactored the code after I refactored some of the CSS.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I made it worse because it's broken.
No.
That's not really a refactor.
Comes passcode, and then you're getting the valid passcode from the form data, which is here. All right,
Yes.
cool. Let's try this. Test board. Come on, Zane. Yeah. Yay.
I fixed my own problem. You fixed
Brilliant.
my problems, man. Good job. Thank you. What a
Good
weird
job,
night.
man. Well done. Okay, so board already exists. Please enter another one. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do is basically turn if we don't if we don't change this button to get, that probably shouldn't matter too much, should it?
I mean, up to you.
So if you press go, that would mean that we won't see this anymore. Oh, we will, but it will be like board already exists. If this is your board, please enter the passcode. and then it will
Um,
get the board
okay,
itself.
okay.
What do you reckon?
I mean, I think if it was, if there's a get board feature and a create board feature, I think there should just be like a tab in the UI you can click on, like kind of like a login where you have like create a board form and get a board form, and like you can put them both on the home page. But like you know how you have like sign up and login,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
like,
yeah,
but like they're only one form. You don't see both at once. Like that's
yeah.
that's not, personally, I think for the users using it, it would just be less confusing for them because they would just
True.
go click on whatever tab makes sense. Then it can just default to the create a board page, right? And then they just click on a tab like get a board, and then it shows. Basically, it's the same form. We just copy over the same stuff, and then just change the words from go to get. And instead of name your new board, like get your board by your name, get the board by the name, right?
Right, right. I see. So essentially, what you I've understood what you're saying in two ways. So the first is that we create. Actually, I'll draw it out. So the first one would be is that we would create. Say this is our page at the moment, all right, and this is basically a line in the page. Ah, come on, no, I'm not expecting you. Anyway, so this is our thing that say create a new board, and then this can be our say thing that says get your board.
Yeah, I was thinking you just have like a tab, like you know, like folder tabs, button tabs, like you just have on.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah.
So you just have like you land on that page. By default, the tab that's selected is create a board, but then there's button. You just click get a board, or like um, whatever, like get an existing board, right?
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you mean now. So basically, in this way, so zooming, these are the tabs. So create board,
Yeah, basically, yeah, exactly.
and then get board.
Yep. And honestly, we don't even have to recreate the JavaScript, or I mean the HTML. We can just change everything in JavaScript, I guess. We can
Okay.
just we can just
Yeah.
we can do it like or we could just make an HTML component, an HTML like element on home, but it's hidden until you click the tab. So one way is more JavaScript intensive, which is good and bad depending on how you look at it. The other way is just like duplicating some HTML code, which is totally fine. That's probably easier, honestly, to just duplicate the form. Like
Yeah, yeah.
if it was React or some other framework, it's really easy to just change the component. But well, that's why we use frameworks, right?
Yeah, exactly. Two tabs containing
How do you
each
make a tab?
functionality.
Actually, it's funny. I
I should do that, to be honest.
I have
Doesn't
no
make
idea
it
about the
select.
CSS.
Oh, we can potentially, there must be a way. Or we could use Bootstrap to do that.
We could have used Bootstrap for the whole project. If we're gonna bring it in.
True, true. Yeah. Okay, so now that we know how to deal with this one, let's jump back to that one and organize those things. All right. So what we basically want is this one as a tab and the same as that one as an over tab, but that would have a get functionality and this would have a create new functionality.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So let's get the party started. Get new uh get get a tab. No, what?
I sent a link. We can just copy it from CSS tricks. Good old CSS tricks.
Good old CSS tricks. Functional CSS tabs revisited.
Yeah, just
Oh,
scroll the
interesting.
bottom. On the
Is that
bottom.
all?
Yeah, you don't need to read the article.
That is hilarious, man.
Hey, you know what? When it comes to this stuff, I'm not great at it, to be honest. So
A wrapper for the whole group is research. Okay, we don't probably need that one
oh,
at the moment, at
interesting.
least.
They use radio buttons.
Yeah, which is here.
But they're like styling the radio buttons.
Yeah, in that way.
Huh. Oh, that's interesting. That's a pretty neat like
Hmm.
trick. You don't even need JavaScript.
Yeah, absolutely. So if we go to where was CSS for this one
Well,
CSS
then you have
style
to write
CSS.
more CSS. So I'm opposed to that.
um, there was a from Control C control. Anyway, um, I forgot how did we comment on CSS. Ah, here we go. Um, tabs for home page to
No, I can find another article too. But that works.
create and get.
No JavaScript. No JavaScript needed. Why would you advertise your article like that? That's not fun.
Okay, so now we go to HTML.
There's always good old W3 schools.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding the CSS, unfortunately.
No, there's not. Exactly. Okay, if we do this, and then where does this go in home to HTML? Oh, sexy looking code. Scrambler, no. Password. No. Okay, this one. So this one has to be a part of the radio button. Name your neighbor Scrambler. Keyboard board name. Okay, here we go. We'll probably come over here. Okay, let's see what do we have over there now. Tabs, no what? I've got tabs there. Yeah, tab is already there. Actually, I'm gonna take my chances to remove this tab. And
I think that was the parent class tabs, right? That you
was it?
removed, or was it? Did it just say tab?
Ah, tab. You're right. You're right. It was a parent class.
Yeah, I think you'll
Tab.
want that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Exactly.
you just need 2 tabs, right?
Yeah. So 1 and 2. Get rid of this one.
Oh yeah, the ID says tab 3. If you
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Cool.
Okay.
I
I
don't
don't
I
care
don't think
about
it'll
that.
I don't think
Mhm.
it'll look like anything without the CSS really.
Oh, CSS is already there.
Oh sweet. Wow, that
Mhm.
was fast. You're a fast coder. Well, the important thing is that we understand the code,
Yeah, exactly. That's the
right?
main thing. Oh, sexy looking
We don't
page.
just copy and paste without understanding what's going on. That's
No.
why we picked
W-
that one.
Yeah, we picked it because we understand it.
We like it.
Tori, do you wanna go explaining it? What was doing?
Um, well, it's just HTML and CSS. That's it.
I'm just kidding. I'm putting you
It's
on the
actually
spot.
it's pretty neat though that they didn't use JavaScript because
Mm.
I
Mhm.
would have reached for JavaScript. So that's
Yeah, cool.
they styled the radio button in such a way that it just looks like a tab.
Yeah, yeah, uh, which is pretty smart though, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean that's why if you're really good at CSS, like you can do a lot of cool stuff.
Okay, we want to decrease the width of it. Width would be 50%. Okay. No, 80, isn't it?
Is it inside the?
Board. 80.
Um,
Hmm?
oh, it's inside. Oh, it's a table. I didn't even know that. So it's a
What's the
table.
table?
Yeah, it's T body, TR, TD. That's a table.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah, that's a table. Okay, so we can do this 80%. No, that one might be a bit. Actually, let's leave it at that. And then margin 0 and auto.
There you go.
There we go. Isn't that a bit too much? Or not?
Um, what? The width?
Uh, yeah, the width.
Well, I'd say let's pop the form inside the tab and see how it looks. Then
Yeah,
we can adjust it.
cool. Let's do that. So content comes here, which would be our content form. This whole thing. Whoa, whoa. I think we might create another page for this whole thing because this is too much. Shall we?
Form right there to 91.
Yeah, I'm just thinking to create another HTML page for this and then just import it here. But let's
Can you
try.
do that?
I'm pretty sure we can because in my work projects, that's how we do it.
Oh, you can import HTML.
As in import a page, another HTML page into a different HTML page if you want to really kind of
I did not know you
organize
could
your
do that.
code.
I did not know that.
In that case, I may be wrong as well.
You may be
Because
thinking of
that's
a you
more.
may be thinking of a framework.
I'm basically thinking about more towards ASP.NET, as in that's
Oh,
a
yeah, maybe that's
.NET.
why.
Mhm.
Because
Ah, okay.
there would be some build process, and then it would probably inject it
Hmm.
in the build process.
Ah, right. That would
But
make sense.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can do that. It'd be sweet if you could.
Actually, I'm gonna try that
I
when we
don't
come
know
on to
how you
refactoring.
I don't know how you import HTML. I'd have to look that up. Never heard of it.
Ah, okay. Wait, your
I'm
board.
curious. Import HTML inside HTML.
I know it won't be the case, to be honest. Okay, cool. So this is being done there. Create.
Oh, you can.
Isn't it? Create board. Name your new board. Okay, so this is that.
Oh, with some limitations, I guess.
Of course, there are always limitations. Tabs.
Huh.
Tab. Okay, label and then div content. Tab, label and then div. Cool. So this is the content here. We need to play around with this one a bit. There we go. Oops.
That looks good. I mean, the idea of it.
Yeah, yeah. And then it really helps, I think, to kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Like to me, I mean, I'm not a user, but well, we can figure it out later.
Yeah.
Just some CSS, no big deal. 4 hours later. We're always
Still doing it.
Yeah, like why isn't it doing what I want it to do?
Oh,
I'm so
that's
bad.
wrong. Okay, so create board. This is the one. Okay, but we would probably have to work around this one.
And then the idea is when you click on tab 2, that'll just take you to the get a board.
Exactly. Just phenomenal, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Let me just align this one up properly so I don't mess up the sexy formatting you did. Okay, there we go. Tabs, tab. That's the first tab. Yeah, and that's the second tab. Voila.
Nice.
Cool. That's the first tab. Where does this one end? Okay, so this one can come up closer. Brilliant. This one ends there, and then This one can come over there. Content tab. Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. We can leave it at this stage, and I'll just push the code as well.
Nice. Good job. Nice work, Sam.
Teamwork, baby.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Exactly. How many of them are there? I don't need. Yeah, I need this one. I need that one as well.
Yeah, thanks for fixing my bugs.
You fixed it, man. Come
I
on.
call those Easter eggs.
I like that. This pass sucks. I don't want that in my code. This pass sucks. That was hilarious, to be honest. Formatting a bit. Wanna have our code readable as much as possible. Okay, cool, brilliant. I'm gonna add this everything, commit. Fixed passcode. Fix this passcode. Fix this passcode and new design in progress for create and get board. Voila. We are donos.
Nice.
Good job, Tori, for
Great
picking up
job.
as in we needed changes and just using your brain and my hands to get it all done, which was
Your brain
great.
too. Your brain too, man. Good job.
All right, cool. So that brings us to the end of this session, and whoever's there, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for joining as well, and yeah, if you want to see how we finish the new design for create and a get board, feel free to join us on Sunday now, where we will try our best to finish the UI of the new design and then forge on to the actual get functionality. So we'll see you on Sunday. Until then, wherever you are in the world, good evening, morning, but if you're in Melbourne, have a good night, or in Bali, which is have a good evening.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a good dinner right now. I'm hungry.
Oh, wait. Yeah, true.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Sam. Thanks,
Catch you
everyone.
guys later. Cheers.
Have a great night. Cheers. Don't forget
Bye.
to turn up the volume. There you go. All right.